the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. There's lights that burn so brightly, in the northeast sky they shine. From a place that Geordies worship, where legends wear number 9. You can travel right round the world, even meet the Pope in Rome. But nothing beats the feeling of when you come back here to home. No matter how life changes, we'll never be far apart. The northeast always home, and it's always in your heart. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. And yes, it's the transfer show. And I'm joined by Pete. How are you, Pete?
Very well, thanks, Tony. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Rory sadly can't make it tonight because his family, it's the last night they're here and they go back home tomorrow. So they're all having like a meal out and things like that. So, but that's why Rory's not on tonight. So I hope he enjoys himself tonight with his family. But if you do like what you see, then please do smash that like. It does help the channel with search results. So do smash them likes, because it means anybody who hasn't found the channel finds it more easily as well. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, then come and smash the subscribe and come and join this great community we have here. And also that bell notification will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. So please do smash that as well. I know some people have had problem with the bell. Like Gary last night said he came in late because he wasn't notified. I mean, this is a YouTube thing. This is not me. It's YouTube. And I hear it quite often, not just for myself. I've heard other podcasters saying it as well. It is a bit of a pain. I don't know what YouTube are doing, to be honest with you. And I did have an apology from StreamYard as well, because apparently they sent me an email saying that they were duplicating some comments on StreamYard the other night. And I thought it was weird how there was duplicate comments coming through. And that was because it was an issue with them. But they've now fixed that, thankfully. So your comments shouldn't get duplicated. And I might not read them out twice this time. If you want to become a member, it's 99p a month. If you just click that join button, that'd be great. Thank you. If you do want to become a member. Also, if you do want to make a donation, then the $sign, you can do it that way as well. So thank you very much. Right, okay, let's get into some comments, because the comments are fleeing in. Andrew says, "Are we all?" Yeah, absolutely fine, Andrew.
Well, Andrew.
Jan says, "Evening, here we go again." Beer with your lovely picture there, Pete. Evening, Tony and Rory.
God almighty, man.
Now, I wonder if he's got anything for PD tonight.
He probably has.
Evening, says Mason. Good evening to you, Mason. Hope you're well, mate.
Well, Mason.
Jake says, would you take Salah? Salah?
Mo Salah?
Not sure. He's not for sale, is he?
Well, I've not heard anything to say.
It might be a different Mo Salah, though, because there is another Mo Salah who... I think he's got this. I think he's gone somewhere else. So I think, if I remember right, not for free. Ian says, "Evening, Tony and Pete." Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well, mate. Ian. Sefton says, "I'm off to work. Have a great show, everyone. Enjoy your work, Sefton."
Yes, Sefton.
Jake says, "Nice background. Thank you very much, mate." It's got to be done, hasn't it? Bia says, "Evening, Tony and PD. Did you know PD stands for Princess Diana?"
Jesus God.
They're getting worse.
They are.
Jan says, on a light note, Man United got a new Japanese striker, Kazuyoshi Miura. Oh, never heard of him, but...
Yeah.
Lee says, "Evening, Tony, Pete and everyone. Good evening, Lee. Hope you're well." And Ian saying hi to Lee. Right, I mean... where do we start first of all? I'll tell you where we're going to start first of all. We're going to talk, obviously, one player we know has been released from the club. And yeah, it's a bit of a sad one that he's gone. But again, he's I suppose his time was coming to an end, and that is Matty Longstaff. He's been released from the club. Even Sean Longstaff said it's sad to see that his brother's been released from Newcastle. But when we look back, right, this guy burst onto the scene. He scored the winning goal against Manchester United from outside the box. Great strike. Unfortunately, the manager we had in charge did not develop his game. So when his game wasn't developed, the problem is he just went downhill. So he went totally downhill, and through no fault of his own, through the fact that, do we call him Steve Bruce or do we call him Cabbage Head? Whatever you want to call him.
Exactly.
He's just totally destroyed his game, like he did with Sean Longstaff. And I think he destroyed Matty Longstaff's game so much that there was no coming back from this. And he's had various spells. He's been at Aberdeen, which didn't work out. Then he went off to League Two. And he got that injury as well when he was, playing last season. But it was such a shame because he was doing all right as well at Colchester. So good luck to Matty wherever he goes. And let's see what happens. So, what's your thoughts, Peter, on Matty Longstaff going?
It is sad to see it away, but I hope he develops and rediscovers what he can do again. Hopefully he'll be up at playing at the top levels very, very soon, I hope as well. So,
yeah,
because there could be something. He'll want to follow in his brother's footsteps. No doubt about that, what he's been doing as well. So hopefully Matty can do the same. Matty can do the same. What Sean's been doing as well. So, yeah, this sad to see, but yeah, totally ruined by you know who.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Pete. Kate says, "Hi, Tony, Peter. How's you both doing?" From Kate and Jonathan. Yeah, we're very well. Thank you, Kate and Jonathan. Thank you. I hope you two are well as well. Would you sell Wilson if a bid come in? Says Matey Mag. No. For God's sake, Mason, the photograph. So it begins. Sad to see Matty Longstaff. Always remember the goals against Man United. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Jan says Kazuyushi Miura has been around for a while. To be honest, I haven't really heard a lot about. I don't know a lot about him, honestly. Yeah, okay, we know you have beer. You best go to the
I love how you said that.
Have you seen the BBC's new game shows go on? Oh, for God's sake, beer.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Paul says, see, the Saudis are after Mitrovic now. They're buying everyone that's best players in the league. Do you know what it is? I've seen that. Yes, Mitrovic wants to leave Fulham to go to Saudi, which I'm totally shocked at, to be honest with you. And they're talking about a £25 million bid to Al Hilal. So again, look, he'd probably smash it in Saudi Arabia, in all honesty. So I think he'll do pretty well for them. So yeah, that's someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And Lee says, yeah, good luck to Matty Longstaff for the future as well. Absolutely, Lee. Definitely. It's such a shame when things like this come to an end, but, it does happen.
Yep.
Another thing we've learned as well before we're going to go into transfers, probably a lot of you have seen it, Newcastle put a tweet out that obviously the Gateshead game is televised at a cost of £10 per stream. Now then, this is not by Nick. Now, I've seen a big meltdown. I've seen people saying, oh, why are we charging for it? It's not Newcastle charging for it. It's the National League who are charging the £10 for the stream. Yes, it's a lot of money. I think it should have been at least, I think £5 would have been suffice, in all honesty. I think there's a cost of living crisis. I can understand, they're wanting £10, but Jesus, come on. £5 would have been a bit more sufficient in my eyes. I would have thought £5 more realistic, you know. But you know, it is what it is. I suppose if you've got a couple of mates, you know, or you got a few people around, you can all chip in with a couple of quid each, and then maybe put it together and put, you know. So I suppose you could do it that way. You know, but if a person on your own and you've got to spend 10 quid on that, it doesn't seem right, you know. I mean, yeah, I know you pay to go to the match, but you know, but you think it's a friendly. If it was a league game and you paid 10 quid, you wouldn't mind, because you think, oh well, that's all right then, 10 quid, you know. But not for a friendly, I don't think. I think it should have been about a fiver, really. I mean, what's your thoughts, Pete?
Yeah, should have been, but I can understand why. If it's to benefit the non-league clubs who rely on fans, that sort of way of money being generated into the club. Yeah, you can understand it in a way, I would say. But yeah, £5 I think would have been more better.
Yeah, I think so as well. BS says, I've received the 3 shirts I ordered today, all in 2XL. I wear large, but ordered them up. They don't fit me. They're medium with 2XL written in flaring Castori. Oh gosh, that's not great.
Which ones he ordered?
Which ones be? Yeah, the home or the away tops? Jan says, Kashiuzu Mura is 56-year-old, plays the second year in Portugal. Jesus. £5 you get double the people buying it. Jake, absolutely, Jake, you would do.
You would, yeah.
I just don't get it. I really don't. Paul says, yeah, Sky Sports Pass about £10 a day. Yeah, but the thing is, Paul, you can watch anything you want. This is just for 90 minutes, you know, and that's for like 24 hours. So you look at that and that's a lot cheaper. But again, it's one of them we look at, but yeah, I mean, technically, would you pay? I mean, I think the National League need to look at themselves, and yeah. So, yeah, good try, mate.
God.
Good try, Mala. Ask your mum, she will tell you. 3 away tops, says Beer.
What's he done now?
Yeah.
What the hell is that pick now?
Who?
The one Beer's got, it looks different now.
That's the same one.
No, I thought
Still
that
you.
All right, I thought it looks a little bit different.
Unless he zoomed it in a bit.
Because the glasses look bit bigger.
God knows what he's done to it, Pete. Predator, evening, Tony and Pete. Hope you're both well. Absolutely, mate. I hope you're well as well, mate. Paul says, I thought the shirt sizes was better this season, so I didn't have to order the size up this year, and I don't think I've lost weight. I ordered the next size up again this year just because I heard of some people that you had to go the next size up, so I did, and it's like the same one as last season. So yeah, again, it's, you know, home shirt is an extra large and fits me fine. Oh, there we go. Granny's in the house. She says, Tony Tone and PD Proud. How are we on this glorious day? Absolutely fine.
Jake's last now, eh? Oh.
Yeah, doing the rounds. Predator says, the National League shirt will be on the fire stick. Well, we're not sure, but you know, let's have a look. That's Baby Pete, says Beer.
God almighty.
Jake says, it's off your modelling photo shoot, Pete.
Bloody hell, man.
Right, okay. Right, so we're gonna look into players now, because I think we've talked a little bit about the latest of what's gone on with Matty leaving and things like that now, and I just wanted to get people's opinions on the thing. I mean, do you think it should have been £5 or do you think £10 reasonable? Get your comments and let me know. I mean, some people might say £10 reasonable. I mean, you couldn't go to the match for a tenner, I suppose. So, but there again, it's a friendly. So, I mean, you're all going, aren't you, Pete?
Yeah, I'm going to the Gateshead Newcastle game.
How much for the tickets, Pete?
That was
If you
20
don't
for
mind me
that
asking.
one.
20.
It was 20 for the game,
Do you know what you got the feeling though? Everybody will go on for the stream and it'll crash.
Hmm.
No, that's the next thing, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, that's it. Again, that could be that one. Coffee's just coming. Hi, Tony PD and all.
You well,
Hi
Coffee?
to you, Coffee. Hope you're well. Right. Now then. Now we're seeing some reports coming out that this deal, Harvey Barnes, is edging closer now, apparently. According to sources, this transfer is getting closer and closer. How close, we do not know. I mean, Pete, what's your thoughts on this deal? I mean, do you think this will happen anytime soon, or when do you expect this could happen?
Oh, it's a tough one. Hopefully we get something soon. I think Eddie Howe wants them. He wants the move, apparently, which I've heard as well. Hopefully we're working to get this deal done quick. Get him in here, because I think I would have him. He's Premier League proven as well. 13 goals last season as well. Bring him in and Eddie Howe and see what he can do for us. Hopefully this is done as soon as possible. Hopefully in the next few days, I'm hoping.
Yeah, absolutely, Pete. Absolutely. I mean, look, we know he'd fit into our system very well. Yeah. And but again, we don't know how close this is. We don't know if the clubs have agreed a fee, because we know what Leicester are like. They are a stickler for selling players off cheaper. But, you know, the thing is, if Harvey Barnes is really keen on the move, then do you really want an unhappy player on your hands? And that is the key. Yeah.
That's it. Apparently, he was left out the friendly game for them as well.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one, then, isn't it? So it's one we'll just have to watch with we'll just have to watch that one. I mean, according to I'm just looking now at Leicestershire Live. According to them, you know, they're saying he's the standout performer last season for a difficult campaign. But the Times are claiming it is significantly a step closer, the move. So again, we'll see what happens. The £35 million fee could be agreed this week for the 25-year-old. Because over the past 24 hours, they look to conclude a deal, as they have been had fresh talks with Leicester City. So things could be just about to move on for this deal. So hopefully this one is edging closer as well. So we will wait and see on that one. Let's see if we've got any... Mason's underpants high.
That was in my show on Friday.
Was it?
It was.
Hello to you.
Oh, look at... Oh, God, look.
I hope they're not made by Honda, because they go flying. Go fast. Honda pants. Carlos says, you've blown out Rolly, Granny. Blown Rolly out, Granny. Jan says it's a free stream in the USA. Oh, okay. Bia says £10 okay. I think £8 is about right. I'll pay 15 for just down not to show Mason and Lewis. That's nice. Oh my God, this coffee. Granny says no. Python call us 10 FC. Jake was giving me the come on the other night about becoming the lucky man. Jan says to be done tomorrow or it's not on. Okay. That's interesting. Hope Barnes deal done on Friday, says Lee. Yeah, let's hope. If all the links are to be believed, I think it'll be done the day before they jet off to the USA. Yeah, absolutely. Carlos, go on, Jake. Hey, don't encourage him, Carlos. I think 5 would have been a decent price. Yeah, absolutely, Ian. I totally agree. Absolutely. Jake says, that gets my motor going, Granny.
Oh, God.
Metro to Saudi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mason's Underpants. Hi, BD and Tony. Hi. He says, PD, marry me.
Oh, Jesus wept.
Mason says, Milinkovic Savic just joined Al Hilal. Yeah, I saw that. That was shocking. Coffee says the stains.
Oh, God almighty.
Lee says the Luton washing line. The last on the right of my picture is Betty. Very interested in PD.
Oh, Jesus wept.
Yeah. Right. That looks scary, Pete, doesn't it? Hey. Right. So we're still waiting to see if anything's happening on Kieran Tierney. Again, there's nothing concrete about that at the moment. He's still waiting to see if Arsenal are looking to keep him or sell him on. Personally, I think if Arsenal do sell him, I think we will be in for him. And I think he'll smash it for us. Yes, we know he's had a few injuries, but again, I think he'll I think he'll suit our style of play, and you know, it's what we need. We're looking for a new left back, so why not? So yeah, right. Another name that's being linked to us as well. So if Kieran Tierney doesn't happen for some reason, then I'm just going to share this on screen now, and I'll just pop this player on. When it decides to play. There we go. So there we are. His name is Hugo Bueno of Wolverhampton Wanderers. So he's a young left back. He's been at Wolves since 2019. So he's been there for 4 years now. He's only 20 years of age. Oh. So obviously he went there as a young. So he's gone there as a 16-year-old. He was signed from some Spanish team. CD something anyway. I mean, look, he can play left back in midfield left, so he can play as a wing back as well. He's rated at €6.5 million. His stats for last season, he started 16 out of 21 games. He didn't score a goal, but he got 1 assist. His expected assists last season was 1.01, so he got the one assist on that. And he also picked up 1 yellow card. So again, I look at this and I think, yes, doesn't look bad. It's a youngster. I mean, Pete, what's your thoughts? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Hugo Bueno, to be honest.
Neither have I, to be honest, as well. So, youngster, yeah, got a lot of time ahead. Could probably become a better player in his future as well.
Yeah.
How much are Wolves quoting? Do you know how much they're quoting?
I'm not sure what Wolves want from him, but I mean, it probably. He's got a contract till 2026, so they could ask for whatever they wanted, I suppose. But again, it's one of those. We just have to wait and see. I mean, he's got no outstanding strengths or weaknesses, so. But again, it's being down there as a link. But whether we are looking at him is another matter as well. It could just be a name that's been thrown into the ring, you know. As there are lots of names thrown about at the moment. But again, you know, as I say, I haven't seen a lot of them, so I don't really know how he plays, to be honest with you. Right, let's get into some comments. Who's Betty? Granny says Carlos. Jake says Pete's been modelling.
Oh, what the hell? Oh.
The cheese. This is Jesus.
What on earth?
Predator, get her pasties.
Oh.
Betty's my best bingo bud. How tried to sign Kieran Trippier when he was at Bournemouth, so he's definitely a long-term admirer. Okay. Bueno is the kind of player we need. Kinder player. Kinder Bueno. Like I said, I think we're waiting for the South American to open on the 14th of July and then all fly in.
Could well be.
Who knows, yeah. Mason Stripper.
I've seen that as well.
No chance. Only Bueno I want is the one in the Ari. Yep. Yeah. I don't like Kinder Buenos, to be honest with you.
Oh, do you
20
not?
million. No, 20 million.
Oh,
he
they're
reckons.
quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
You've turned into a woman now.
God,
You've got long hair.
what's wrong? We're gonna say what's wrong with Bueno balls there, Tony?
I'm not keen on them. I'm not no.
Oh, okay.
Paul says teams already raiding the South American market. Yeah. Jake says you like that picture.
I like what figures he put my head into.
God knows. Betty Frank Spencer slash. I mean, Bueno. Yes, it's it's whether we are looking at him, but again, it's a name that's been linked to us, and time will tell if we are actually seriously looking at him or not. Who would you rather have, Tierney or Bueno?
Tierney probably mostly.
It seems if we're going, it just seems to be that the fact is we seem to be going for youngsters, don't we, as well?
Well, yeah.
Right, what's he saying? Our Predator says, no, not Trippier, I meant Tierney. All right, okay, mate. When you said KT, I thought you meant Kieran Trippier, you see. That's the first name that came to my head. I've sent you a DM, okay, mate. I'll have a look.
You sent me it as well, right. So, according to David Ornstein.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Right, he's come out and said Newcastle are close to an agreement with Juventus to sign Italy international Federico Chiesa for a fee in region of 50 million euros, subject to final negotiations, and UFC will be landing Eddie Howe's top target.
And he doesn't just quote crap out that Ornstein. I mean, look, Ornstein. I mean, look when he quoted about Dominic Szoboszlai, he got that spot on. I mean, we'll talk about Chiesa in a minute because that was one of them I'm going to come to anyway. Jake says, white chocolate bueno. Paul says, I still think Tarek Lamptey would be a good backup to Trippier. He did have a few injuries last season, but he's still a talent. Do you know what it is? Absolutely. He is absolutely a talent. I mean, look, when he's played against us, he's ripped us apart. I mean, when Brighton beat us in that season when Bruce was there, when we got 3-0 St James's, he ripped us to bits.
He did.
It's if he can stay free, though, injury-free. Need a forward in case of injuries. That's my next one I'm coming on to, Lee, so hold that thought, mate. Hold that thought. Gary says, hi, Tony. No notification again, so it's the usual start time. Yeah, it'll be the usual start time, mate. Yeah, just double check on, just go onto YouTube and check and you'll see it upcoming. I said this at the start of the show, Gary. I mentioned you as well, saying, look, it's a YouTube thing. It's out of my control, Gary. I can't do nothing about it. It's YouTube. What you could probably do is unclick the bell and then click it again, and then it may just reset it because sometimes if it's stuck in a certain way, so just unclick the bell and click it again, and then hopefully that should sort it out. That's the only advice I can give you. If not, yeah, just just go onto YouTube and have a look and you'll see the show there. No worries, mate. Very nice sign of truth, says Andrew. Absolutely. Thought Tonali was our top target. What about the left back? Well, I mean, look, this is another thing I'm going to talk about. Actually, before I go to the striker, I am going to mention Sandro Tonali. Now then, a report's come out from his boss from AC Milan, and he's actually clarified and put the myth to bed, because apparently he wasn't happy with hearing all this carry on about Tonali not being happy about going to Newcastle and, you know, and all this sort of thing. So what the boss of AC Milan has actually said is, look, he says, we did not go out our way to sell Tonali. It was a decision from himself also. He says Newcastle came in and were interested, and Tonali asked if he could go and speak to them, as he was very interested in going to the Premier League and interested in the project at Newcastle United. He said, we were not going to stand in his way. Obviously, we didn't want to lose him because he's a top player, but we understood that he wants to move on in his career. He's an ambitious guy. So I now hope these AC Milan fans and all these other toxic fans out there stop going on about this now and saying that he'll be back in Milan in a year's time, because I'll tell you now, that's a load of bollocks, because he won't be, because he himself has wanted to come here. So our interest was shown and he wanted to come.
There
that
you are.
shows you the
That's
measure of
it.
the guy. And that's come from AC Milan themselves. So, you know, I mean, so all these people out there saying he looks miserable and everything, he's not miserable. He's happy where he is. And just look at the video he put out the other night with the Sam Fender music as well. You know, so I mean, what do you think about what the boss of AC
At
Milan
least he's
said?
been honest, and he says, this is what he said. There you are. Now let's brush all the crap under the carpet now. There you are. This is what he
did
said.
say, he said he was hard to replace as well, because they've replaced him with Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
But if the player wants to come, they want to move. You can't stand in that way half the time.
Absolutely. Will, what about the left back? Well, yeah, I mean, look, we're looking at a kid from Wolves called Hugo Bueno, if we don't get Kieran Tierney. But again, I'm not sure. But we're also in for DeMarco as well, Federico DeMarco from Inter Milan. So he's still floating on the scene as well. So again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that one.
That's it.
Carla says, where's the date granny kebab shop? Hey, I hope Steve Bruce isn't watching, because he'll be straight there. Especially if it's a kebab. We love to have a few top targets. We have a few top targets, says Paul, absolutely. Says Paul Gardner. Sorry, Paul Stone says, check your settings on your phone. If you use a phone, make sure the notifications for YouTube's on. Yeah, I know. It's all fun technology these days, honestly. DeMarco to be the new left back, says Jan. Yeah. Tonali is the future for us, says Lee. Absolutely. Will says, who would you pick as your midfield three next season? Do you know what, Will? That's a very, very good question. And it's hot. But you know what? This is what it's all about, because bringing these players in, this is what you need. You've got to have the competition. Got to have the strength.
Yep.
We go back to last season, right, Pete? Look at that Sheffield Wednesday game. We lost again. Lightning struck twice. We got beat off a League One team. Right. But when you look at that team that was put out there, most of that team wasn't good enough to be on that pitch. It was diabolical. And you could see how much we need strength and depth. And thank God we're going to start doing it this summer.
Absolutely. Who do we have in midfield again? I think Anderson was one of them.
Yeah. But not his fault, obviously. Because he hadn't played
Longstaff in there, yeah. Again, I can't remember.
I can't remember who
Joe Lint was starting, because he was the best player.
Yeah. Lascelles was in the side. Isak just came back from injury and played 45 minutes.
Only one way to look.
Right, midfield three next season. Do you know what? It's a hard one. And who do I go with? Right, Bruno is a definite starter.
Yes.
Tonali is a definite starter. So there's your two. Now then, do you know what I'm going to say? Joe Willock over Joe Linton. Because Joe Willock has got one hell of an engine on him, and his dribbling skills as well. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it is. Willock is just going to get better and better. And I'll tell you now, we're having the likes of, when he's in the training ground with the likes of Tonali and that. Do you know what I think? I wonder now if Arsenal look back at that now they've sold Willock to us. And I wonder if they've realised they've dropped a huge bollock.
Could have done.
Because I tell you what, I think Willock's terrific. I've always liked Joe Willock. And when we signed him permanently, I was over the moon because I thought, oh, we're not going to get him permanently, but we did. So again, that's my three. I'm going to go Bruno, Tonali, Joe Willock. There you go. That's my three.
Okay,
what's your three, Will? I've now turned the question round to you. What's your three?
Oh, God. It's going to be Tonali, Bruno. It's hard between Joe Linton and Willock, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it could be Joe Linton mostly. And then we'll rotate at times between him and Willock. And possibly
Good do, Pete. Jan says we have to avoid AC Milan, the Champions League. To be fair, it could cause problems. Sod them.
No,
hey, I want to face them because I want us to be 1-0 down. I want Botman to pop in a header from the equaliser and celebrate in front of their fans. Then I want to see Tonali smashing a 95th minute free kick.
Oh.
Cue the meltdown. Granny says, mate, see my kebab.
Oh!
For God's sake. Gary says, on the Tonali arrival video, you can see his eyes light up wherever he was around football people. Maybe house viewing isn't really his thing. Yeah, absolutely. You know, he probably doesn't like location, does he, you know?
Oh. That over there. Who hosted it? Was it Kerry Katona?
I think so. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Might not even like Homes Under the Hammer with Dion Dublin.
No. Kirsty Allsop, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Lee Mack makes a joke about that as well, and it's quite funny.
Predator says, the Ornstein tweet's not real. Frank playing with people's heads again. Is that what it is? So it's that big Frank Chipper again. He's at it, is he?
Is it?
Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Yeah, because.
Is it?
Yeah, because when I've looked at it, Pete, yeah, it's not a proper name. It's Ornstein. Yeah, it is. Somebody's playing tricks again. That big Frank Chip, as he keeps getting banned on Twitter and he keeps coming back under different names. Makes me laugh.
It does. Like.
Bia says my midfield three: Willock, Bruno, Tonali with J7 left. Yeah, that's not bad. And he says plane spotter saw a helicopter from Leicester to Newcastle today.
Interesting.
Look at the bench this season; it'll be strong. Absolutely, Lee.
Yep.
Paul says, I still think Longstaff out the team will be a miss. We saw that last season when he was out. Yeah, I think as
but
well.
Again, it could be rotations in there as well. You'll need the rotations if we've got games coming thick and fast.
Jan says the midfield will be 4 players. I don't think we'll change from a 4-3-3.
No, neither do I.
Andrew says, I'm sticking my prediction months ago. Willock to score the winner in the Champions League final. I bet you a pint. There we go. Bruno Tonali J7 says, Will. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, mate. Yeah. Idea for a new show. Tony 10 best looking Newcastle players, but none of them can hold a candle to my Jake. Plays 3-4-3. Bruno Tonali, Willock, Longstaff.
He's not going to play.
Change.
He'll not go with three. He'll not go with 3 central defenders. And Bruno Tonali and Willock will not be that good because one of them will have to go out wide, and they're not wide players. Or 2 will have to go out wide.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't see Eddie Howe changing his 4-3-3 formation, to be honest, Pete. So I've got 52 watching at the moment and 25 likes. So if we can smash those likes, that would be great. It helps the channel and also means people can find it easily. And if you're brand new to the channel, then please come and smash the subscribe and join this great community we have here as well. We're on the way to 1,000 here. We'll see. What's the option on the left wing? What is your front three? Right. Now then, it depends who we sign. And this is the interesting part. Now, if we sign Chiesa and Barnes, then I'll play Chiesa on the right and Barnes on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Isak in the middle. Wilson on the bench. That would be my front three.
Yeah.
If we haven't got Chiesa, it's Almiron.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
again,
it's not Keys. What if we get Diaby in still as well?
well, Villa's gone in for him. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't had it really.
Villa's gone in for Diaby.
Oh.
But I can't see him going to Villa. I'm playing in the Conference League. That's the only problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Villa have actually gone in with an offer, I think, for him. So I don't know.
How much of the bid like, I wonder?
I'm not sure, Pete.
Mm.
I hope that answers your question, Will. Anyway, he says all the best teams play 4-3-3. Yeah, absolutely. Preta says, think Longstaff being out the team won't be as much of a miss next season after Tonali coming. I think that was the problem Eddie Howe saw and he's addressed it. Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, means dropping Trippier and that won't happen. 4-3-3 all day long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gary says our midfield will be awesome regardless of who's in it. Absolutely. Definitely. Predator totally agrees. Jan says, strong midfield makes the game a lot easier. It does, yeah, but, I'm sure we can. Lee says, would you put Isak and Gordon up front? It's not a bad shout, Lee, but I don't think you'll play with two forwards. James24 says, hi, Tony. With Newcastle low on cash, I honestly think Barnes is the last signing. We are close to FFP. Our turnover was 180 million. That's without paying out, so fans need to calm down. Could be, but we don't know. We'll see what happens. No doubt we'll find out. We'll probably get some loans in, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Tonali swinging them balls. Oh, matron, says Granny. No way Barnes will be the last signing. I don't think it will be either, Blakey. No, definitely not. Right, okay, so we've got another comment there. Paul says, we are not close. We have another 3 years to play with, so we can spend what we want, really. Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay. So the next player I'm bringing on screen now. And I mean, this is one of those links that we've had. It's a different one because nobody's probably well, we haven't been linked with this player until now, so it's a brand new link. He was linked overnight with us, and I'm going to bring his stats up as well. And now, if I don't pronounce his name right, I do apologise because it's one of these names. So there he is, Eli Wahi. Now, Eli Wahi is a 20-year-old French striker, plays for Montpellier. So he plays for Montpellier. And now, I remember one of the viewers, I can't remember if it was Biavaken or Howie the lads, one of them did mention this guy in the Euros for the under-21s and said, look, he's a baller, this guy. Now then, looking at his stats in League 1 last season, he started 29 out of 33 games. His weaknesses are his aerial duels and his ball control. But remember, he's 20, so he can be improved. He got into Team of the Week 4 times. So 29 he started out of 33 played. He scored 19 goals, right? And 5 assists. Now, his expected XG last season was 12.22, so he's absolutely smashed that. And he had 8 yellow cards and 1 red card last season. Now then, if I go to the season before, which is season 21-22 in Ligue 1, and I'll tell you his stats then. So back then, he started 21 out of 33. His expected XG was 4.61 goals. He scored 10. And he got 2 assists as well. And again, that season, he got 2 yellows and 1 red card.
Yeah.
And if I go back to his debut season, which is 2020-2021, He started 3 out of 18 games played, scored 3 goals, didn't have an expected XG, and he got 1 assist as well.
All right.
And got 1 yellow card, but no reds.
Mm-hmm.
So, 20 years of age.
Yeah.
Now, they reckon he's rated around about the 40 million euros mark. Now, in my opinion, I would say get him, because I'll tell you why. This guy, yes, he's got a great scoring record in Ligue 1, but he's only 20. Callum Wilson's getting no younger. Callum Wilson may have a season or 2 left in him at the highest level. I think Callum Wilson just done really well for us, and I'm not slating Callum Wilson. I'm not saying get rid of Callum Wilson by any stretch of the imagination, because I would still keep Wilson. But I think this guy could be the successor to Wilson, and he could come in, play some cup games. He could even come on in the Premier League and play. So, look, at 40 million, I think that could be an absolute steal. They say Chelsea sniffing around him as well, but maybe the lure of Champions League might bring him to us. What do you think, Pete? His scoring record's absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Yep, young player, going to get a chance to he'll get better and better. I want to develop. So, yeah, I would.
Yeah. Yeah, he would do, wouldn't he? So, it is. It's one of them. He's smashing it in League 1. But I can't remember who it was who mentioned him. As I say, it might have either been Bia or it might have been Howie of the Lads. I think it might have been more Howie of the Lads. James says, I honestly think we need to sell players to buy him. We just can't constantly spend over income in the last 2 years. Yeah, we definitely need to get rid of some players. We do know that. We've got to get some of them out the team. But the problem is that we haven't got a lot of players there that can go for big money. That is the problem, And that just shows you how bad the squad is. Paul says, players will be sold yet. Probably waiting for good deals, Spencer, for the training ground. Sponsor, yeah, absolutely. Just remember last season as well, for all the TV revenue we got £126 million last season, TV alone.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got, on top of that, you've then got the Champions League money to come in, which is 39 million for qualifying, Then you've got the 37 million for finishing 4th in the Premier League. So there's 76 million.
Mm-hmm.
Add on your 32.5 million for your sleeve sponsor and your front of shirt sponsor. So that then takes that up to £108.5 million. Then we've got that overdraft to use as well. So I don't think we're as short as people actually think we are.
Mm.
And the thing is, not one of us will know the real in and out of what the club have to spend, because nobody will know. That's the thing.
That's it.
BS says, I didn't mention him. I mentioned the American winger. Well, it must have been Howie of the Lads then. Predator says, in the last 3 years, I'm positive the club will secure more incoming revenue, i.e. sponsorships, other things. So yes, have to be careful for now, but they know what they're doing, absolutely. Like I say, if you notice there's no sponsorship on the training kit, is that the next place they're going to make a sponsor? Jan says he's as good as Openda. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Paul Gardner says we have another 3 years. Financial fair play, it will be good. Paul says we already spent big and still will. I'll look at Villa since he got promoted. They spent around 100 million this season. Don't worry about FFP. Andrew says no, Tim. He's got Klopp teeth.
Oh, God.
He hasn't got Klopp teeth, has he? Oh, yeah, because he's celebrating scoring. That's why, Andrew. We need somebody to take over from Wilson, because Wilson ain't got long left, really, has he?
No, definitely not. Yeah.
He's what, 31 this year, 32 this year?
He'd be 32 in February, I believe.
Yeah, so there we go. James says FFP for the past 3 years. This last year, you can't just make money. It's done over a financial period, so no PIF. I can't just spend and go and look up the rules of the Premier League. Yeah, but I'm sure the owners know what they're doing. They've probably got the best accountants, and it's probably all sorted. Cade Cowell is the Lincasso. Right, okay, mate. Yeah, I remember that now. They sold Grealish for 100 million. We've sold no one for that. Paul says Minty got another 45 minutes. Excellent. Look at Everton then, yeah. Paul says a 3-year period and a new 3-year period has just started. Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea like a bunch of sniffer dogs looking at any players. They are. We do need players out, but we need more revenue to go up. We need Castor out in more international markets, absolutely.
Yep.
Don't forget the Amazon Prime money as well. Yeah, absolutely. I think that was mixed in with it all, the 126 million.
Yeah.
Why a good prospect, says Foxy. He'll end up like Angelo Gabriel to Chelsea and loan to Strasbourg. There we go. We need, I hope we are in for him, Foxy, because I think his game would get better under us.
Yep.
Paul says he can have no teeth as long as he bangs a goals in. Jan says we'll get what we need, and that's all, folks. Absolutely. Spot on. Minty is Wilson's replacement. Maybe, yeah, maybe. But, I mean, another thing that was coming out as well is Axel Disasi. Do you know much about him, Pete?
I heard he's been linked, and I heard he's probably really good centre-back as well.
He's a beast. He's a unit.
And I think he's like a ball-playing centre-back as well.
Well, apparently, this... Again, I don't know where people have got this information from, but apparently they're saying this guy's agreed personal terms with Newcastle, but I've not seen anything anywhere to say
neither have I yet.
Personal terms have been agreed, so I'm not sure on that one. But again, it's one to watch. But yeah, I mean, he's 25 years of age. He's a French international with 4 caps.
Yeah.
Aerial duels are his strengths. He scored 3 goals and got 3 assists in 38 games last season when he started 37 of them. He looks an absolute beast. Yeah, I would say definitely go for him. But again, it's one of them. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? So,
yeah, like anything, it's all just rumours until they actually sign on the dotted line and they're wearing the Newcastle United shirt and stand in St James's Park. But yeah, there is rumours around Diaby with Aston Villa. Maybe we're not in for Moussa Diaby. Who knows?
I mean, the Sky Sports reported that Villa have put a bid in for him.
I don't think it was. I think it was the Mail. The Daily Mail. Or the Daily Fail, if you want to call them that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Just like the Sun, the shit, more like.
Yeah. Our Newcastle World have said it as well. Aston Villa submit an official bid to sign Newcastle's long-term target, Moussa Diaby. But in all honesty, do you think he's going to go to Villa, who are in the
I'm not so sure.
In the Conference League? I can't see
it. It depends
myself,
how much of Villa are actually bid as well.
Well, that's it. Yeah, definitely. So it's one of them. People will keep our eye on. Who knows? But yeah, and that's been reported by Jordan Cronin. So Jordan's a pretty good journalist as well. So yeah, just want to keep an eye on that for sure. Let's get into some comments, see what people are saying. Gary says the money income will grow. Remember, we're owned by people who make money for fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bias says FFPs are rolling 3-year windows, so when it ticks over, only the year 3 years ago falls off the finances. Yeah. Not wrong. We're having no teeth. James, I'm sorry. Our director of football made it clear last January. Made it clear this season is our final turn of the FFP. So did he lie after we signed going? Honestly, I think Saint will be sold. Depends. I think Romano was just wanting more followers with these rumours, says Paul. Evening, Tony and Mr. Padlock. Hope you boys are well. Says
Hello,
David Knight.
David.
Good evening to you, David. Hope you're well, mate. He says evening, rather. Predator says, how come all these rumours and links seem to have agreed personal terms with us already? Exactly. That's the thing. That's where I'd like to know. I mean, look, how can Harvey Barnes agree personal terms before we're spoken to Leicester about a deal? It's, the same with DeSarcy. How's he? It's strange. It really is.
It is.
Diaby and Villa, just paper talk, says Paul. Yeah, Diaby won't go to Villa. No chance. James says, PIF can cover 100 million of debt over the 3-year period to cover the debts. Stadium sponsor, 100 million a season. There you go, FFP sorted. Yeah, absolutely. 28 million. BS says, yes, 35 million loss per year. That's what we have to do. Ride the lane whilst income goes up, absolutely. David says, Villa just go after players we want. It's been like this since the takeover. Villa are basically Mr. Bean copying your test, lol. Absolutely. They've done it last season as well. James says we need a training shirt sponsor, a stadium sponsor, Champions League kit, and we just need a brand new Newcastle players arse to catch up with the big four. Thing is, this is what I've just mentioned before, James. There's no training kit sponsor, and I think they're looking at a deal to bring in a sponsor for that. And remember, there'll be other sponsors coming in that'll fill up the sponsor boards as well. So again, the thing is, we need to do the Man City thing, where Man City have got like 100 of these like £1 million a year sponsors, which don't have to go through Premier League approval. And if you can bring, say, in 50 or 60 of them a season, that's 50 or 60 million pound coming into the club. So again, that's extra on your ref. That's extra income coming into the club. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
A lot of Borlocks. Tonali will love it, yeah. Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Thank you very much. Jake says that's what Villa offered, apparently 28 million. Oh, wow. What for Diaby? They won 51 million from him, so they ain't going to get him, are they?
Oh, if they have offered that, then that's going to be knocked back.
James says, Tony, you see the Prem turned down Chelsea sponsors, so they are the same sponsors who can't get cleared this league. I don't know who Chelsea were trying to get sponsors in for. I don't follow Chelsea, mate, so sorry. I'm only a Newcastle fan. I only care about one club, and that's Newcastle. Was it not the Chelsea fans who didn't want the sponsorship, so looking at something else? Again, I haven't got a clue. I don't know. That was Paramount TV got turned down.
All right.
We have two solid midfield, says Alora. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, don't read the full name.
No. It's a great name, though, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe and that like as well. Thank you. That'll be absolutely fantastic. I mean, look, I'm going to go straight to this player now and talk about them because. So, Federico Chiesa, right? Last night, whilst I was doing a transfer show, there was something on the Daily Mail that come up and it said that, and it was breaking news on the Daily Mail. It was being reported by Italy, and one of their reporters picked it up saying that we were looking at Chiesa, and in the coming days we are ready to submit a bid for Chiesa, and that was last night. So again, I mean, look, yes, we know this guy's had injury problems, but a lot of them's just little muscle niggle problems, which has only kept him out for 1 or maybe 2 games at the most. And I think it could be down to the training ground method at Juventus under Max Allegri. Apparently the reason he wants to leave is because he doesn't fit into the system that Max Allegri plays, because Allegri plays a 3-5-2, and it's not his style of play. This guy is versatile, so he can play midfield left, midfield right, and up front. So you've got the versatility. And I think Eddie Howe loves a bit of versatility. So,
I think he does.
I mean, Chiesa if we get him in, plus he likes the pressing and the intensity side of the game. So our game is up his street, Pete. I mean, you know, what's your thoughts? Can you see him coming?
It could well happen. We just never know. Is it a player I would take? Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on in the background because there was rumours that some, or was it what agents that were in London? I don't know how true this is. But player I would take.
Yeah, absolutely. Aloda says Longstaff will drop out. Joe Linton, how are you? Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. How are you? Hope you're well, mate. James says the only transfer I can see is surprise signing this Turan by Elsa, Nice at St James's Park this summer. There's not a PIF team now there. I can't see we're signing Turan. I don't think we're... Do we need him? Because we've got enough in midfield now. So does Turan fit into our team? I don't think he does. And I don't think that's the reason why Nice are coming over. I see there's another one that personal terms has been agreed with us. Yeah, supposedly. Paul says with Chiesa, I can't see Liverpool going after him. Chiesa are meant to be after Chelsea are meant to be after Dybala. So if we are after him, there's a good chance. Yeah, absolutely. Chiesa wants Champions League anyway. He doesn't want the Europa League. Yeah, nice that one by the guy trying to buy Man United. Oh yeah, that's Jim Ratcliffe, isn't it? That Man United takeover thing's just ridiculously. How long it's going on? K88 says he can't be versatile if he doesn't like the system. Yeah, but maybe that system's not suiting his strengths. We don't know. We're only picking up on reports what come out of Italy. I mean, you know, we don't know what the truth is. It might be Max Allegri doesn't want him at the club no more and he just wants to move him on. So we don't know. You know, plus not only that, he might want out of Juventus because they've got a lot of trouble going on behind closed doors, you know.
Could well be, yeah.
It's not the first time they've been chucked out of the league because of financial irregularities, and who's to say it doesn't happen again? You know, they're not in the Champions League, they've got no European football, so who knows? Paul says, yeah, but he can play left, all right. Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool would not start Chiesa over Salah. He would be a bench warmer. Paul says, nice, are they just there for some reason? The other teams are, it's a 2-day tournament to boost the revenue. Absolutely. Again, more revenue comes into the club. It just boosts the coffers. That's what it does.
That's what it does.
Yeah, says, did you see international blind teams have been released? No, Ray Charles, no Stevie Wonder. I didn't see that coming. Oh, God, yeah. Sorry for the 3 messages. No, Paul, that's absolutely fine, mate. No worries at all. No worries. Keith Downey said on the 10th, Newcastle won a left back, right centre back, and a centre midfield and a wide forward on Sky. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at the right side of centre back because if Lascelles scores, we need a replacement. Tonali is a big upgrade to Longstaff. Lee says Huggies Pamper shirt sponsors for Chelsea are full of crap. Excellent, that one, mate. Joe Litton says Juventus in the Conference League, aren't they? Yes, I think they are. But that might change. Depends on, you know, there's still investigations going on with the club, so I don't know. They could be kicked out of that even.
Yep.
Gary says Chiesa seems very realistic and even adds support for Tonali. Absolutely. James says, what makes me laugh is the fans that stand by these players, and when it comes to time we leave, all the money takes over. Hayden, Hendrick, Fraser and the rest are parasites. Alona says, just surplus to requirements. Predator says, I read somewhere, Tony, that case has agreed personal terms with us. That was before his agent was apparently over here. There we go. Who knows? Juventus have been kicked out of Europe. Well, they have been kicked out of Europe now, have they? All right, okay then. Well then, do you know what? That's always been a troubled club over there. I mean, I remember when they got kicked out and put into Serie B. I mean, you know, Need another centre-back, even if Lascelles stays. Scotty says, yeah, Juve definitely out the Conference League, confirmed a couple of days ago. Fiorentina takes their place. Wow. Well, that gives Fiorentina another go at trying to win the Conference League then, doesn't it? So, yeah. Guys, I've got 73 watching, so if you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It does help the channel. Also, if you are brand new at the channel, then do smash that subscribe and come and join this great community. It is free to do so. And hit that bell as well if you want to be notified of any future shows, any live or upcoming or pre-recorded shows. Foxy says Milan have done some good business since Tonali is gone. Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic will do well in Serie A. Look at Romero on a free. I think Pulisic will do well. Do you know, I've always rated Pulisic in a way. The only problem that I have is his injury record. But again, he's been around a long time, Pulisic, and he's still just a young player. It's amazing, isn't it? Chelsea's a weird one. I love him, but he's a right winger, but he's not a left forward at Juventus. Diarra and Cuadrado play right wing. Should take Fraser at Rangers and leave him there. Not bad shout. BS, I've been to watch Juventus, I swear. They serve horses' heads on the club menu. Mafia country.
Bloody hell. Oh.
We need a left back, says Scotty. Yeah, we do, mate. Absolutely agree. We can do loan to buy deals. Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
And I think we will do some loan to buy deals. I can see that happening. So again, let's just see what happens. There's a long way to go in this window, and things are heating up. That's for sure. There's talk about this guy, Gabri Vega, who we've been heavily linked with. Apparently, it looks like Arsenal could win the race to sign him now. So again, he could be on his way to Arsenal. I don't think technically we are in for him now, in all honesty. He has got a £34 million release clause, but again, I can't see us paying that, can you, Pete?
Yeah, well, you never know. See, also still get Declan Rice, but they might want another midfielder as well.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. But I say it's got to take personal feelings about players out of the equation now. We are a different club, and if a player has to be sold to bring in an upgrade, then sorry, it's bye-bye. Thanks for your service. Absolutely. You're spot on there. Fraser to Celtic, that will piss Ian off. Says Beer. Let's change your picture again.
Who's that this time?
Oh, who is it? Jesus, who? I know who it is. It's Little Britain.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I'm sure it's Matt Lucas, Little Britain, I'm sure. Foxy says Leao and Pulisic as wide forwards with Giroud up top is much better now for them. Serie A wide open this season. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I'm probably going to get some stick for this now. I'm going to mention it, but as a backup striker, but or even if you want an extra, or if you do want a goal, I would have Giroud. I know he's 36, but hey, tell you what, he's a good header of the ball as well. But he won't be leaving there anytime soon. David says, when are Arsenal getting this money from? God knows.
Because the Cronkies barely invested in the club, did they?
Yeah. The thing is, Arsenal will even look at exploring the thing of getting Mbappe and getting them to take a 50% pay cut to go to 700,000 a week. I can't see that happening for any shot. No, I can't see it happening. James says Tony Rafa is the new manager. Celta Vigo is Rafa's new club. He won't sell. Problem is, though, James, if Arsenal meet the release clause, there's nothing they can do about it. So, nothing even Rafa Benitez can do. He can't say, well, hang on, you're not going, because once the release clause is met, you've got to let that player go. Laura says no sentiments in football. Bia says no. Spencer from Phoenix Knights. Well, I was halfway there, yeah. I just couldn't see it properly, but yeah, no, I can see it now. He's talking to David. Ian says, no, be a vacant lol. Joe Linton says, Arteta has spent over 600 million in 3 years. They spend. Yeah, absolutely. Aloda says, we need a young striker for the season. Wilson won't stay fit. Yeah, I brought a young striker up before, Eli Wahi from France, and I think he would be tremendous. He would be a great backup, and you could bring him through, and I'm sure Eddie Howe's training methods and the coaching staff would work wonders with him as well. They spend billion in 3 years, still not great at that. Right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, right, so we're going to look at some outgoings now because, I laughed the other day when the report came about ESM saying, look, we have to sell him to buy Harvey Barnes. I mean, look, I've never laughed as much in all my life. I mean, I just thought that was absolutely comical. And for even Lee Ryder to come out with that from the Evening Chronicle as well, but it's even more surprising. We don't need to sell ESM to buy Harvey Barnes, do we, Pete?
No, definitely not at all. I think ESM wants to stay. He's been putting stuff on social media to say he's back home and glad to be training at my home, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So there's no way on God's earth ESM is leaving. The only way he leaves is if we do bring 2 players in that can cover his position, and then he might be surplus to requirements. But I would say keep him. It'll be last chance through next season for him. He's got to deliver next season. And then if he doesn't, he's then moved on, But I think he'd be good in the Champions League because in the Premier League, they know the sort of can get near him, but they might not in the Champions League with his trickery. So that's one. Right, the one everybody wants out the club, yes, is Ryan Fraser.
Yeah.
Now, the sooner this man leaves the club, the better. Because, he's got to go. He's got to go, And we know he's on borrowed time. We know he's gone. But it's just trying to get rid of him. And it really is hard, isn't it, Pete? I mean, look, how much do you think realistically we can get for
I don't think it'll be an awful lot. So we got him for free. I think 10 million or possibly around about 10 million maybe for him.
That wouldn't be a bad price, would it? If we got him if we got 10 million from him, that probably wouldn't be bad. But again, we'll have to wait and see on that one and see if it see if we do get any bits from him. But the thing is, it's his wages as well, though. That's the only problem. You've got to get. It's his wages. He's on 70 grand a week, isn't he?
It's ridiculous that.
It was stupid to put him on that on a big contract like that. But then that was our former owner. I mean, I didn't want him at the club to start with, in all honesty.
I thought there was something in him at first, but we've now seen the true colours, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely have. And now we just want to see the back of him. We thought he might have come good under Eddie Howe. But he seems to have gone back to the way he was at Bournemouth and upsetting the dressing room again. So I still call him Michael Owen Mark II because I think he plays well for his country, but he comes here and he plays absolutely crap for us. Because when I've seen some of the corners he takes for Scotland, they're absolutely brilliant. But then you think, well, I don't see this at Newcastle. Why? So we need to get rid of him as soon as we possibly can. That's for sure. Right. I know I'm going to get some stickers. I can see it coming in here now. But Predator says we all have favourite players, Bruno, Big Joe, etc. But the club is in its growth will always be more important than any player. Absolutely. Right, Gary. Giroud, Tony, I want what you're drinking. Right, Gary, listen, look. look how well he played in the World Cup for France. You know,
Yep.
the guy's still not. He knows where the goal is. That's the thing, Gary. And I'm not saying he would be a starter, but he's one of them you could bring off the bench. You pop a cross and he'd be there with a header. He's still got that technical ability about him as well. So I'm not saying we'll buy it. We're not getting him, you know. I'm not saying we are getting him. We probably wouldn't touch him anyway because he's too old. But what I'm saying is he's still got, you know, he doesn't have to have the pace, but he's got the brain still, and that's the main thing.
Yep.
Paul says, no football club has made over $1 billion in revenue. Loda says, we have plenty of scope for additional revenue. Absolutely. Scotty says, ESM won't leave. He wants to play Champions League and we need him. What he does against big teams is incredible and Champions League is perfect. Absolutely. Definitely. I totally agree with that one, mate. I don't want him to go either. Still got new players. Last season we loaned out. Yeah. Watch Rafa take Celta into Europe, says Foxy. Yeah, I bet he does as well. At this rate, we're going to have to pay someone to take Fraser off us, says Predator. Yeah. Paul says, I'm not bothered if ESM stays or goes, but if it's a 30 or 40 million pound bid, I'd sell him.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Keep Fraser. What?
No.
Ian says, Barrick might sign Fraser on a free. Yeah. Bias says no one wants Fraser. He can afford the wages, so he'll have to be let go for nothing. 8 million pot X for another player, says Lee. Keith says Fraser's on 63 grand a week. That's the issue. No one will pay that. I wouldn't go for less if you can't blame him. No, absolutely. Foxy says we won't get a penny for Fraser. Loan out only option while paying 5% a percentage of his wages. We make a loss on him. Yeah, that's true and all. Good evening to Rico, the Everton fan. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well. He said, do you want Fraser at Everton, mate? You can have him. David says, 2 questions, guys. Would you swap Maxi for Chiesa? And also, would you rather have broccoli for hair or bananas for fingers?
Oh. Good grief.
Jesus. I wouldn't swap Maxi for Chiesa, though.
No, I wouldn't swap.
No. I would definitely still get Chiesa in, but I wouldn't do a swap deal.
No, definitely not.
Broccoli for hair or bananas for fingers, Pete?
Oh, Jesus wept.
What kind of question's that? I don't know how to answer that one, David. I don't know, mate. We'll have a think about it. We'll let you know before the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll store your question. Paul says, Fraser, Manquillo, Hayden, Hendrick, Lascelles will go, and maybe ESM if a good bid comes in. Yeah, could well do.
Could well do.
Mick, good evening to you. He says, sell Maxi before he's more tubey grip than man and get in a proper left back. Yeah, he likes his bandages, does the SM. Say no to fake scoop says, evening boys. I mean, this photograph makes you laugh, doesn't it, Peter? Nice to see how well your channel's doing, Tony. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Thank you indeed. Aaron Robson says, if Fraser's 63 grand a week, he's going nowhere. No one's matching that. Absolutely, Aaron. That's the thing. It's a ridiculous amount of money he's on, and we should never have signed him in the first place.
I think we signed him because he was free. That was it.
Yeah. Foxy's right. He says Giroud still has it, scores goals wherever he goes. Personally, wouldn't want him, but he wouldn't want us as he wants to play. But Giroud is one of the most underrated players in recent years. You're absolutely spot on, Foxy. You are spot on, mate. Tanji says, I'd rather have Mitro over Giroud as backup striker for rotation of squad 2. I only just said if. I didn't say we were getting him or anything like that. I just said if, you know. Mitro's going to Saudi Arabia by the looks of things, isn't he? I mean, that's a bit of a shock, isn't it, Pete?
It really is, isn't it?
Giroud's been underrated for all of his career. In my opinion, good player. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely has. Rico says Everton tried to sign Giroud, but his wife didn't want to come to Liverpool. Gary says that's me told then. Broccoli for hair, says beer. Aaron says you wouldn't swap Maxi for Chiesa. Well, I want to keep Maxi in a way though, but I mean it's a hard one. I know what you're saying. It's hard. I mean I'd like Chiesa as well, but I want to see. I just think we should. I think we ought to Maxi because I mean, look, you know, he played in the trouble team when he came here. You know, the club wasn't really going anywhere when he came here, and he did say that season when Bruce got sacked, and before it started, he said, "Look, if all his clubs got the ambition of his finishing 17th place, I want out of here," and you can't blame him for that.
No,
So I think he deserves the chance, though. Predator says Fraser to us as Rodwell was for Sunderland, happy to sit and take the wages.
Oh, God,
Rodwell, what a player he was, wasn't he? Terrible.
Terrible for Sunderland, but I think he was not bad for Everton, I thought.
Thoughts on Matty Target says Carlos, do you think he'll be using the FA Cup and Carabao Cup?
Hopefully.
Do you know, it depends who we bring in as left back, that's the thing though.
If not, maybe gives Target some more shot opportunities.
Yeah. Jake says broccoli for hair because you can't use your hands. The other one. Paul says broccoli for hair, then I'd shave it off. Rico says Everton are interested in Maxi. Well, he ain't got no chance of going to Everton, mate. Sorry,
no chance.
He ain't going there.
If they give Coleman, they're giving Coleman a contract. They're getting Ashley Young, and I thought this was true, but it wasn't. They were thinking of bringing Phil Jagielka back.
No way.
No, but it was fake, apparently.
Ah, right.
It was off.
Everton or skin, says a loader. Aaron says, I love bananas for fingers. The missus would love it.
Oh.
If Maxi goes to Everton, I'll show my hind end in Phoenix window, says Gary. I thought Everton were close to getting Ganonto, says Foxy. Rico says we're trying to raise the money with Outgoings. I'm sure you can get rid of DCL to AC Milan because he'd love the catwalk over there, won't he? Maxi could do well on the big games, yeah.
He could.
Mick says Maxi has apparently been looking at houses in the Wirral. It's from an eye in the know.
Oh.
Again, that old chestnut, is it? Carlos says Ashley Young at heart. Not, absolutely. And I'm sorry, I don't be able to pronounce his name. I want Chiesa. Right wing, left wing, centre mid, happy. Barnes, not happy. Left wing, counter attack. Yeah, that's fair enough. Blakey says Stanley Matthews is available on a free. Oh, God's sake, Blakey. Stanley Matthews. Right. Another player that needs to be going out the club as well is this man.
Yes.
Jeff Hendrick. Right. I mean, look. He's crap, basically, right? He's not that great at all. He's still got a year left on his contract. I mean, look. He's had a couple of championship loans. I think, why can't we just come to an agreement with him, pay his contract up and say, there you go and find a new club.
Yeah.
What we do know is he has been sent away to train with the other squad while he looks for a club. So, I mean, look, I even said to Jack from Leicester, why would you take Jeff Hendrick? And he said no chance because he's come from Derby originally and we don't like Derby. So, it's a bit of a rival. And he says the same with Lascelles, he wouldn't take him because he's from Forest or Caldolo. But yeah, I mean, Jeff Hendrick, where do you think he'll go? Championship, Pete?
Could well do, yeah. At this rate, it's a player we need desperately rid of, isn't it? The only thing is we did have to pay for him, but it's just been a waste of a signing completely, hasn't it?
I mean, he done well on his debut. He scored against West Ham, didn't he?
He did, but he was just all over the place after that, wasn't it?
He's a terrible player, isn't he, Hendrick? And it's bad enough to see him in that Castor shirt as well, isn't it?
Was that I think that was,
That was Wolves.
When he scored the Bella against Wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he scored the equaliser, yeah.
Oh, and he played as a centre forward against, was it Rotherham?
Yeah.
And he scored the equaliser as well. Nah, get rid.
Terrible.
Goodbye.
Get rid. Terrible player. Terrible player. Another player that could be on his way out the door is this man as well, Jamal Lascelles. I mean, look, he's into the final year of his contract. Luton and West Ham are touting him, are looking at him. I mean, look, he doesn't want. He's already said, I think he wants to leave in the summer, because he knows his chances are even going to be more limited. So I would say with Jamal Lascelles, if we even got 5 million for him, I'd be happy. Rowley said, but couldn't we get 10 million for Lascelles? You know, I just think if somebody says there's 5 million, I think the club will take it and just get rid.
Yep.
One, he's a big earner off the wage bill then, isn't he?
Absolutely, yes. He's been here a while now, isn't he? He's gone down the pecking order, isn't he? There's been a lot of mistakes from him when he's played. He's not one of those players that grabs people by the scruff of the neck and tries to say, come on, we need to up this up because it's not been good enough. That's been the problem as of late. But do you know what? What I liked him for at the beginning was it was under that time of the season we got relegated, was when he absolutely rollicked them in the dressing room one time. Why hasn't he done that? Why was he not doing that on the pitch as of previously?
Yeah.
When he was playing.
Exactly.
Taking the full season under Bruce. I mean, where we had some stinking games in that game, there was far too many to name from. He just wasn't taking. He says, right, come on, we need to sort this out. He wasn't doing that. Why? When he was doing, when the season got relegated in 2016, why he was doing it then? He was rolling the players in the dressing room. Where's that gone away?
Yeah, absolutely, Pete. Totally agree. Just going to go into some comments here. I mean, there's some good comments are coming here. Yeah, we saw that one. Mason says if Maxi did sign for Everton, they would live in Cheshire, not the Wirral. That's where the Manchester clubs and the Merseyside clubs players all live. Mm. That's Jeff Christ Superstar, says Foxy says, anyone else surprised to see Cody drop down the division? Good signing for Leicester, but Charlie Southgate can't pick him for England. Do you know what it is, Foxy? Everton had the chance to get him. Everton had the chance to sign him for 4 million. But I tell you what, that's a hell of a signing for Leicester because he'll help Leicester in the Championship. He's a good player.
And a player that's knocking on as well. So
30-year-old.
There you are. That says it all.
Yeah, says Hendrick ripped the contract up. Change his picture again. Blakey says Hendrick won't even get in the Gateshead team. Hendrick to Celtic, says Bia. Ian's not going to be happy. Mason says, how did Paul Ince want Hendrick as the bloke deluded or something?
Bloke, I think he means.
Oh, is the bloke deluded? Yeah. Well, Paul Ince has gone, hasn't he? Can we not flog all the Deadwood to Wrexham? Sure, Deadpool and his mates have plenty to spend. Bloke, yeah. Hendrick, solid Championship player with international experience, can't play for a team that focus on keeping possession. Absolutely, Foxy. Key says 50,000 a week, 2.6 million a year. Another one who wants to leave. The sells to Celtic, says Bia. Blakey was, we're going to have to look at these players on freeze or loans till we get the new stadium to generate investment. Can have Hendrick on a free. Say No says Luton can have Lascelles for now. We'll get money for Lascelles. Ian says, be a right and go away. Blakey says, just shows what an effed up mess the club was, and it's going to take a good 3 to 4 years after the takeover to shift all the Deadwood out the door. Yeah, I did say it would take at least 4 windows to get rid of most of it. Exploring the Northeast. All right, Tony and Pete, absolutely fine.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Hope you're fine. We're interested in Vardy in the last hour.
See, I don't think Vardy's got it for Premier League now.
No, I don't.
I think one more season at Leicester, and I think he'll hang his boots up after that.
Yeah. He's even been offered to Saudi, I think, as well.
But I think he said no to them, did he?
Yeah. Carlos, does anyone see Bruno singing in his magic hat?
I see that, yes. It was quite funny.
Brilliant, innit? Brilliant. Yeah, so like I say, Outgoings, another one that's possibly going to be going out the club will be this man as well, Javier Manquillo, signed from Atletico Madrid for 4.3 million. He's been a good solid signing, he's been a good servant. And yes, he's not the greatest player, but he done what he could, he done his best. Clubs in the Premier League and abroad looking at him. So again, and I think the club have said he can go on a free as well. So again, absolutely brilliant if he gets a move somewhere. I would love Rafa at Celta Vigo to come and take him there and reunite him with Rafa because he do well in Spain, I think. But
yeah, I think he would.
What's your thoughts, Javier Manquillo?
Yeah, been a good server, but a player. It's time to move on now.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely time for him to move on. And again, it's one of them. We'll just wait and see what happens.
That's it.
I mean, Isaac Hayden, he's been told to train with the other squad as well because he's surplus to requirements at the club now. Another guy who's been a great servant for us. We'll never forget his injury time winner against Chelsea. So again, I don't know how much we'll get for Hayden. I reckon we could get 5 million for him, do you?
Yeah, probably a few. I think it only cost him about 1.9 or close to a couple of million for him.
Yeah.
As well. Another one that's been a decent servant as well. Said he wanted to leave, but he didn't. And he didn't whinge about it. He just got on with it, which is what I liked about him as well. Could certainly do a job. It could decent CDM, so he deserves a chance somewhere else.
Yeah, Championship. I mean, he went to Norwich, but was with an ill-fated loan spell because he kept getting injury after injury.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he sorted himself out this summer and he gets a decent move somewhere else as well. And we wait and see what happens on that one. And then we're still waiting to see what's happening with this guy called Darlow. Yes, there's a clutch of Championship clubs after him, including Leeds, Blackburn, Hull City. We don't think it'll be Middlesbrough because they've got 2 goalkeepers now. Mm-hmm. And we don't think he's going to Bournemouth either. So it's going to be the Championship. But whoever gets him, they're getting a cracking goalkeeper in the Championship. And I'm sure he'll do well wherever he goes.
I think he will as well.
How much would you take for Carl Darlow?
I think a few million. I think 5 million's reasonable as well. Yeah. I mean, a player again who's been here a while. I think he did a job certainly for us in the Championship. I can't see why he still can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, he's 32. He's still young for a goalkeeper in some respects. So, you could still command £5 million as a fee for him. So again,
absolutely.
Yeah. If he moves on, we wish him all the best and good luck to him as well. So yeah, that's another one that could be on the way out the club. Now, do you think this player could stay at the club, or do you think he might be loaned out in the summer? But my feeling is, because I've seen this being bandied about, is he going on loan or will he stay? Now, my feeling on this, I think he stays. Elliot Anderson.
Keep him one for the future for me still, so yeah.
Yeah, I would as well. I wouldn't send him on loan in all honesty.
No.
I mean, look, when he came on against Forest, he looked good on that left wing, didn't he?
He did, I thought, as well.
Yeah. But when he played as a centre midfielder, he didn't look the same, did he?
No, he didn't.
So again, he's one I would keep. And the thing is, the good thing for Anderson is when he's surrounded by more quality as well in the squad, he's gonna learn a lot from these players. So he's going to pick up little snippets from, like, say, Tonali and whoever else we bring in, and he'll put it into his own game, So, yeah. And it's nice to see the lad's bulked himself up, Last season, when he came on against Forest, he looked quite chunky, didn't he? And he was like, he's been in the gym and been building up his muscles. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought he was harsh to get choked off that goal as well. But again, yeah, I think this lad will come good, and definitely one for the future. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So, right, let's get to some comments. Where were we up to on the comments? There we are. PD told me he wants Fraser, says Jolin.
In your dreams.
Foxy says, is Lascelles not at least level on ability with the Celtic Rangers centre backs? Think he would do okay at that level, says Foxy. Do you know what? That's not a bad show, Foxy. Celtic or Rangers, yeah.
No, definitely not.
BS says Everton transfer policy is over 35s only.
Jesus God.
Mason says Manquillo to Celtic for 5 million. Kevin says Anderson or Miley, would you keep alone? I would keep both.
Both.
Or I might be tempted to loan Miley out actually. Championship or lower Premier League, maybe. Andrew says, I like the black shirt, Peter. Are they still on sale and is it a limited edition?
Oh, I'm not sure if they're still selling this one, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Manquillo back to the Mackhams of Liverpool. Ian says, don't you start Mason. I'm hearing Maguire at Celtic, says Andrew.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, look, Maguire, gosh. I'll just put him on screen. There he is, Maguire at the dinner party.
Oh, God.
And this is Ten Hag's reaction to De Gea leaving the club.
Well, it looks like Man United are struggling to get that Onana from Inter Milan.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, because it's the money they want for him as well. So
But what about 50 odd for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Blakey says Everton talks to Tony Cottee and Paul Wright out to bolster the attack. Hayden to Celtic makes sense, says Foxy.
Yeah,
you know what that does, yeah. Ian says, what has everyone got against Celtic, or is it just pick on Ian Day? Dolo needs a fresh start, better than Joe Hart, so Celtic should snap him out quick, says Foxy. There's a 57-year-old professional player in Japan. Apparently Everton are in for him, says Bia.
Oh.
Paul says, I prefer Rangers to Celtic.
Oh.
Hendrick to Celtic, says Carlos. Defo. Gillespie to Celtic. You can get hell for that, Paul, says Ian. Clarky, hi guys. Hi Clarky, up you well. Joe Linton says, heard Everton are going to the old people's home for some players.
Jesus, what?
It's very important we have two top wingers to provide service to the striker, says Gary. Absolutely.
Yep.
Clarky says, great to see the numbers going up, Tony. Thank you very much
Absolutely.
indeed. Ian says, Tony, ban all these Celtic haters, please. You know they're just winding you up, Ian. They love you really, mate. Lee says, Anderson, unlucky not to have the goal. Yeah, definitely.
Jesus Christ.
Joe Linton says, if they have a walking stick, Everton want them.
Oh, God. Wow. Oh, Jesus. What?
Anderson is going to be class. Foxy says, Rodrigo Vilca used to watch Celtic every week back in the day in Lima, Peru. Celtic should make his dream come true. Yeah, another one that's fell off the wayside at Newcastle. He's just never made it, has he? Hopefully Miley starts on Saturday.
I think he probably will.
Yeah. Limited edition shirts were still in the shop when I was in a couple of days ago.
Oh, interesting.
There you go, Andrew. So they're still in there. Are they down in price or are they still at the same price?
I'm not so sure.
BS says Roy Hodgson to Everton as player manager. Lee says Ever Alderton. Predator says tenner Everton's next season shirt sponsor, as in tenner lady or tenner tenner pants. You know, it's it's brilliant. I mean, yeah. If I can find this picture, I will put it up. Let's have a look and see if I can get this picture on screen. Because you're going to like this one.
Okay.
Right. Let me get this on screen. Just bear with me, guys and girls. There. Right. Now then, I've just seen this latest picture put out from Everton Football Club. And I thought I'd share it with you. And apparently this is the new back four for next season for Everton. So, there we go. There's Everton's new back four for next season. So, yeah. So they're armed and ready, waiting.
Oh, you were doing that. It was like similar to you were doing it to Liverpool's midfield.
Yeah, midfield. Now we've got it for Everton. So that's Everton's back four for next season. I just thought I'd share that one, guys, and probably we go laugh at that. In all honesty,
there you go.
God, you've got to have a laugh, haven't you?
Oh yes.
I didn't notice the price, Tony, to be honest. All right, mate, no worries. Blakey says Dick Van Dyke agrees a record deal to join Everton.
Oh.
Lee says Old Spice, Everton sponsor.
Oh God.
No season tickets for Everton, bus passes only.
Oh Jesus God.
Jake's laughing at the picture. Joe Linton says they look too young. Corpses would be better.
Oh.
Is that Jimmy Savile on the right, says Lee?
Oh!
Is there any stream for the Gateshead game? Yeah, the National League are doing a stream and it costs you £10 to watch it, Gary. I think £5 would have been better, in all honesty. Blakey says apparently the new walkout music of goodness is Forever Young. I'm going to be forever young. Ian says, yes, look too young, Joe Linton. Mary, hi Mary, all right?
Very well.
She says, one leak and 10 are ready for anything. Granny says, Jake likes them like Everton, like their players. All as F. That's heartbeat Everton, don't want them.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not Everton's back four. One's may say girl and she's not said anything. You need a woman with experience, says Jake.
Oh.
Look no further, says Granny. And people saying hi to Mary. I mean, look, it's been a great show. We're coming to the end of it now, guys. We've been going an hour and 45 minutes. It's been absolutely fantastic.
That certainly has, isn't it? So.
If you haven't... yeah, you're in trouble now, Clarky. Get him told, Mary. Yeah, so, yeah, it's been a great show. You know, we've looked at players. If you have only just joined it, you'll have to catch up from the start, but it's been absolutely brilliant. Pete, do you want to let people know where they can find you and what have you got coming up on your channel this week?
So, of course, find me on my channel there, PD Proudlock. I'll be back Friday with the crazy PD's Football Live show, as always, so get yourselves on for that. Saturday, I might look to do a vlog when I'm at the Gateshead game, which I think would be great. As well, of course, any news that comes out within the club in regards to transfers or news in general that'll be interesting, I'll do their videos on them as well. So that's my channel, PD Proudlock. Feel free to check out and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all PD Proudlock as well.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed, Pete. And thank you for coming on tonight as well.
No problem.
Yes, of course, if you have enjoyed this show, then please do smash that like. It helps keep the channel at the top of the search, which means anybody who hasn't found the channel will then find it and come over and have a look. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, then please smash that subscribe. Free to do so. Come and join this great community we have here. And that bell notification will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it is 99p a month. Click the join button and you'll be entered into member draws. Also, if you want to make a donation, you can do that via the $sign, the super chat, super thanks, or super sticker option. We'll go into some comments now. Right. Let's see where we were. Okay. Newcastle by player, improved quality. Yes, we will. Definitely. Clarky says, just got back from the pub. Wish I was back earlier. You'll have to look through it then, Clarky. You'll have to watch it. Really, what you done this time, says Mary. Oh, Clarky, she means. Yeah. Spot on tonight, Tony and Pete, and everyone hit the thumbs up for the lads. Thank you very much indeed, Lee. Ian says, great show, Tony and Pete. Good laugh. Thank you very much, Ian. Mason says, Peter, we're going to have to start the jokes on you, Edwards, on Friday now.
Oh, God, now I'm dreading it.
Andrew says, cheers, lads. Great show. And remember, you're a Womble tonight. Newcastle Daily, hi. Hi, mate. Sorry we're going off, but you can catch up from the start, mate. Take care, everyone, says Ian. Predator says, great show, lads. See you all next time, lads and lasses. How are the lads? How are the lads as well, Predator? Take care, everyone, says Paul Gardner. You too, mate. Oh. And Blakey says, Edwards and Schofield join the Everton youth setup. Oh, Jesus, Blakey. Oh, my God, honestly. But anyway, remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And I will be back. I'll probably have my pre-record on in the morning, so do keep an eye out for that one. And probably be back with a show tomorrow night. Foxy says, take care, everyone. You too, Foxy, mate. Thank you very much, mate. And so it's bye-bye from me.
And me.
And it's, how are the lads?